I knew nothing when I got started. Right, I mean, you have to remember, I was 19 years old when I started Facebook, right? So, I mean, probably like the same age or younger than most of you guys.
I think,
and I knew nothing about business at all. So many things go wrong when you're starting a company, and often I think people ask, what mistakes should you avoid making? And my answer to that question is don't even bother trying to avoid mistakes because you're going to make tons of mistakes, right? And the important thing is actually learning quickly from whatever mistakes you make and not giving up, right? And I mean, there are things every single year of Facebook's existence that could have killed us or made it so that it just seemed like moving forward and making a lot of progress just seemed intractable, but you just kind of bounce back and you learn, and nothing is impossible. You just have to kind of keep running through the walls.
if you can't beat the fear, just do it scared.
I don't know what your future is, but if you're willing to take the harder way, the more complicated one, the one with more failures at first than successes, the one that has ultimately proven to have more meaning, more victory, more glory, then you will not regret it. Now, this is your time. The light of new realization shines on you today. Howard's legacy is not wrapped up in the money that you will make, but the challenges that you choose to confront. As you commit to your past, press on with pride and press on with purpose. God bless you. I love you, Howard. Howard forever.
The reality of life is that we will all hear more no's than we hear yeses. And we will fail a lot, and I mean a whole lot. Don't be afraid of no's. Be afraid of the possibility of a yes.
Well, you can't have a standard education and expect to have an extraordinary life. It's not going to happen. The one breakthrough for all leaders is constant, never-ending improvement. And that means educating yourself and continuing to develop even greater emotional mastery, because that's what affects whether you execute or not. The opportunity for self-education is there. We have to change our psychology from, I'm going to do what everybody else does, and I'm mad because it doesn't work anymore, to the reality is this is the greatest time to be alive if you're growing, you're learning, you're educating, and you're developing valuable skills. It's like, if you go to work for McDonald's, I don't know, I think the average I read recently is $7.75 an hour in the United States working for McDonald's. The skill sets, the value you provide can be taught to anyone in about 20 minutes. Instead of complaining, you gotta say, where are the skill sets valued in the marketplace? And how do I work harder on myself than anything else? Because if I become more valuable, then I will be able to give more, do more, and change more.
Success is a 5-step process. First, you have to know what you're going after, your goals. Then you encounter your problems. Number 2, you encounter your problems on the way to your goals. Then you have to diagnose those problems and get at the root causes of those problems. And that might be a weakness that you have or a weakness that somebody has, but you better get at the root cause. And then once you got the root cause, then you can design something. You write down on your to-do list, I got to do this thing. That's number 4, design. And then number 5, you got to do it. Yes, you just can't say, okay, now I'm going to do that thing and not push through to results. And if you could do that over and over, that's a formula for success. You only have to do those 5 things, you got the formula for success.
This message is for the person who was told that they weren't good enough. Listen, I'm here to tell you that though that person did not appreciate the rare gem that you are, doesn't mean that you shine any less. What one person didn't appreciate, another will celebrate.
You have 2 choices in life. Choice number 1, chase your dreams and risk upsetting some people who don't get it. Or choice number 2, play small for life and never do what you're capable of because you're afraid of what some people will say about you. Most people play small and live a life of regret. I want to put pressure on you today to step into your fear and step into your potential. So I'm going to give you a 3-step process that I want you to use that I think will really help. Step number 1 is when your heart beats, you do it. If your heart's beating, you're afraid, you're nervous, you're scared, do it. Teach yourself. This is a signal. This is the signal that you need to act. This is not a signal to play scared. You do things that are scary. You do things that are difficult. You step into the fear, right? You have to go do the thing. Step number 2 is adopt the Quincy Jones rule. Quincy Jones had one of the greatest clips of all time, at least for me.
Not one drop of my self-worth depends on your acceptance of me.
Powerful, right? Not one drop. Not one drop. Not one drop. Not